Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the Underground Football Show on this special occasion. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Oh, I like this. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, Manchester City. Oh, respect, respect, respect. Yes, hey. No, no, we don't, I don't do that. He does. What we do, ballin'. Alright, let's be serious, folks. There's only one team in London. One team in London. There's only one team in London. One team in London. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As I bow before thee. Oh, yes. Now tell me again, eh? Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Repeat that again. Yes. 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 Arsenal. 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 Okay, I'll stop. Tottenham fans. I am rocking this hat for you as a dedication. You know I don't wear this Undertaker hat unless I have a good reason to. Since we are in a Royal Rumble spirit, we are in the spirit of the Royal Rumble, and it seems that today you got God smacked. By God smacked, I mean that you were trying to win a title without me, How dare you try to, with your uppity self, try to raise your nose and your eyebrows while you look down upon us at Arsenal Football Club. It was not going to happen, boo-boo, because today Manchester City came to your town at the lane. And I don't know if City came to play at the White Hart Lane or the bowling lane today, because why, you got knocked down like a bunch of pins. Or should I say a bunch of pinheads? All the roasting you gave us in December, Arsenal didn't have what it takes. The difference between you and I is, I know I suck. You don't have to remind me I suck. Arsenal Football Club, we know we suck. You don't have to rub it in my face every day. We wake up every day looking at the mirror knowing that, damn, we stink, we must do better. But guess what? It is not for not to have a company, a dancing partner. And when it comes to this North London thing, you are the perfect dancing partner, okay? I'm glad that Manchester City booted you guys out of the FA Cup. Another year, Tottenham will not win a trophy. You and I are going to fight in the Premier League as losers. Oh yes, we will fight as two losers for who's going to finish third or fourth. And I have a feeling it's going to be you. It's going to be you. I will finish third. I don't have to buy players. I just have to do a pre-agreement signing for Zubimendi from Spain, and that's it. It's a Mr. Last night, a gentleman of ours last night was roasting one of our Arsenal aficionados. Yes, the man that you roasted may be a positive Arsenal fan, but he is still an Arsenal fan. Whether I like it or not, every now and then I have to defend him. Mr. Triple X, pause, but Mr. Triple X, last night your prediction, you said that you were going to beat Manchester City 2-1, right? You got stone cold stunned. You know what time it was when Manchester City came to town? 3:16. It's not even Royal Rumble on Sunday. You already been penned 1, 2, 3 for the count out. No trophies for you this year. You just like me. You're not gonna win a thing. You're just gonna cry just like we do our Arsenal Football Club. Where we are in this together. We are both losers. Don't you ever forget it. Now, this morning, football fans, we had a sad news in the Premier League. Before I begin the show, Before I do, make sure you get your pen and paper ready because I will give you predictions. FA Cup summary before I get to the bad news. If you're a Liverpool fan, me, I'm an Arsenal fan. Misery is my company. I'm used to it. Nothing surprised me at this football club, unless they make an announcement that Stan Kroenke leave the club with his whole family and take his son with him, or his adopted son with him, Mikel Arteta. But otherwise, every day is the same for Arsenal Football Club. The only thing that gives me a little excitement on the side is my girlfriend, Real Madrid. Well, the exquisite girlfriend, because let's not forget it's Real Madrid. But other than that, every day is Saturday for us, duh. But let's recap what happened today. I gave you guys a prediction the other day that Aston Villa was going to hold Chelsea or beat Chelsea. And last night I even changed it to a high draw, 2-2 or 1-1. But I did give Aston Villa a +2/+1. Aston Villa, you kept your word. Respect. I could not say the same for Swansea yesterday. I give you guys a bad prediction. I have to hold my losses when I give you a prediction because why? We in this business of honesty. Whether I lose or win, I have to make sure I give you the update on the scoreline. Swansea, you embarrassed me yesterday. You were not supposed to lose like this. What the hell happened? This is the FA Cup. As a small team from the championship, I expected you to give Bournemouth a fight. Unfortunately, you capitulated and lost 5-0 against. That's not nice. And then in Spain, we had the Copa del Rey. Sevilla held their promise by losing to only 1 goal against Atletico Madrid as I predicted, but the biggest score of the week go to Atletico Bilbao, who eliminated my main enemy Barcelona FC 4-2, and respect to the Inaki William and his little brother. Respect to you guys for booting Barcelona out of the Spanish FA Cup just like Tottenham did today. But for today's scores, Chelsea 0-0, Bristol City FC, this team. Come on, guys. A university team just like Luton, Bristol, hell, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You are a Premier League club, and you let Bristol rub their fist all over your jaw, and that's what they held you. To you, it's a replay, 0-0. But to Bristol City, even if you eliminate them at Nottingham Forest ground, guess what? They still held their nerve against you guys, and they kept a draw. As for Sheffield Wednesday versus Coventry, a draw 1-1. FA Cup result, you know how it is. If you draw in the 5th round, you have to replay. Good luck to you guys who keep drawing in the FA Cup. You all forgot the rules of the rule of old, right? If you draw, you have to replay, meaning extra games on your calendar, which is bad for you guys, which will put your athlete at risk of being injured with multiple games to play in winter. Not wise. As for Tottenham, 1-0 Manchester City. Erling Haaland did not play, he was on the bench. Respect to the Dutchman Nathan Ake, who scored the winner. Controversial goal. Now, if you're a Tottenham fan, you will complain like Arsenal fans, like we always do with that VAR nonsense. Was your goalkeeper fouled? Yes, he was. Am I VAR? No, I'm not. Do we accept the result as Arsenal fans? The hell we do. Oh, yes, we do. Anything that caused a Tottenham loss? Yes, we do. This is you holding the big L. This is you. So, Tottenham is out. And as for other scores, Alexandre Lacazette, you lost to Rennes in France in the Ligue 1 3-2. Result in the Bundesliga. Frankfurt beat FC Mainz 1-0. Now let's get to our prediction, folks. Before we get to the predictions, as I was gonna say earlier, that Liverpool fans, I know you guys are mourning right now because of your loss. Nobody passed away, really. It's just that Klopp, Jurgen Klopp, your famous manager, which you signed back in 2014-15 season, is leaving the club. He made his announcement this morning to the Liverpool staff. People were in tears. Again, this affects you if you're a Liverpool fan. Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't have anything against the guy. I respect Jurgen Klopp, and he's not going to be your manager after May 2024. I thought he was going to leave now, but he's going to wait till the season's done so he can take over for Julian Nagelsmann, who currently managed the Dutch national team. When I say the Dutch, I'm talking about Deutschland. That would be Germany. And his wife, he's been wanting to get this job since last year. He declined the job because he said he had unfinished business with Liverpool FC. And as you know, if the wife, he said that, hey, it's time to come back home. His wife lives in Germany, by the way, guys. He's been coaching you guys at Liverpool. Liverpool's been his wife over the last 10 years. So now you got to go back home to coach the national team. A dream job for him. It's not about money with these guys. When you represent your team, it's a sense of pride for them. So he will step in the foot of Rudi Völler, the foot of, what was the guy? Dietmar Hartmann? I forgot the guy's name. Who used to coach Germany. That's going to be his job now starting in June. Perfect, because why? They're going to play in the Euro 2024 and they have to make sure they get their team ready to face other team playing in the Euros. That's why he's quitting your club. We have the proof. And as for Nottingham Forest, Arsenal fans, we remember our player Nuno Tavares from Portugal. He will be sold to Olympique Marseille permanently. Arsenal's going to get about 15 to 20 million pounds. Now, with Tottenham being eliminated from the FA Cup, Arsenal fans, we must tell the Kroenkes, yes, you're going to agree with me on that one because you're not going to spend money. We don't need to we just need to loan Karim Benzema if we can get that deal done. Postpone every biddings that we're going to do. We're just going to sign Zubimendi, pre-agreement, and then we come in the summer. I heard that Thomas Partey is back from his injury. For how long? I have no idea. But again, Arsenal fans, we're going to sell Nuno Tavares, which is a good deal for Arsenal Football Club because we signed them the same time we signed Kieran Tierney. I believe they came in Arsenal at the same time. But unfortunately, Tierney, who was supposed to be captain, was loaned to Real Sociedad. And Nuno Tavares was loaned with Saliba to Marseille, and these guys will depart the club permanently. Sad miss, but it is what it is. It's football. That's the football life. As for us, let's get to the Premier League. When it comes to the FA Cup, folks, it's not something I advise you guys to bet on. It's an old competition that's very tricky. If you like to take chances, if you notice, I barely give you guys FA Cup lines. Because why? These teams don't play on a regular basis against one another. And this is why Swansea got surprised by Bournemouth. Even though Bournemouth is playing in the Premier League. Perhaps if they don't get their act together, they might go down to the Championship next season. And Swansea got surprised yesterday by what it's like to play a team that's kind of on your level, but they play in the Premier League. In other words, they face tougher competition. But without further ado, I'm not going to keep you long because I got my stuff to do after this when it comes to my news and my stuff. So I have to make sure I deliver this to you guys right now. Bam, bam. Grab your pen. Let's get straight to it. Arsenal will be playing. Premier League will be on, I believe the Premier League is on Monday. They resume for the second part of the season officially. Or on Tuesday. Arsenal will be playing Nottingham Forest at 4:30. And I will give you some game for the weekend that you can write down, but I'm going to give you a game that you can win. For the Premier League, again, FA Cup is tricky. I can only give you the schedule. You'll make the decision yourself. And I'll just give you a vague prediction based on my expertise of watching the teams play. So as for Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest on Tuesday at 2:30 p.m., I expect Arsenal to win this game -1, -2. And 100% W for Arsenal because why? Thomas Partey is back. I expect stability in the midfield between him, Declan Rice. Jorginho will be on the bench because why? I have to push behind the team because I want them to finish third place. And if we kind of get lucky, I think Arsenal can, because the way Manchester City is playing right now, you rely solely on Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne. These are the only two guys you have to allow you to get victories. And I believe that Arsenal, if they keep their head steady and by beating on team like Nottingham Forest, team like Crystal Palace, team like Brighton, team like Luton, Fulham, Everton, when you play Liverpool and Manchester City, we expect you to lose against them or draw them. Well, lose 90% of the time. That will never change. But team like United, Tottenham, Chelsea, you got to put up a fight. It's team like Nottingham Forest, I expect you to win against them. So I'm expecting Arsenal to win this game. -1, -2 on the spread. Money line, well, let's go with scoreline 2-1, 1-0, 3-1 Arsenal Football Club on Tuesday. Mark this one down just like this. Gunners on Tuesday, -1, -2. As for Wednesday at 2:30 p.m., Tottenham, now they are motivated. They got their players back. The main playmaker has returned for them. Madsman Madison, he's back in the office doing his thing like John Hem, playing for Tottenham. And I expect, he could not perform today. They brought him in the last 10 minutes. They don't want to risk him. They're saving him for the game on Wednesday against Brentford FC. But for Brentford, Ivan the Terrible Tony is back. So therefore, let me take this ridiculous hat off. I'm expecting Brentford to shock Tottenham at White Hart Lane on Wednesday. You see, I'm supposed to pick Tottenham on Wednesday, but guess what? You are still shell-shocked after what Manchester City just did to you. Therefore, for Wednesday, I would like you guys to pick Brentford FC at +1 or 60% to come to White Hart Lane to draw them. Just like this. You go with Brentford FC because why? They got the main captain back, and you saw what he did when he first came back the other day. He gave them a victory 3-2, even though the goal was controversial, but we're not the referees. You're supposed to pay attention when the guy's taking a free kick as a defensive team. That is your responsibility. And then on Wednesday at 3:15 p.m. we have Liverpool versus Chelsea. Folks, the safe bet here is on Chelsea FC +1 and 45% chance to beat Liverpool at Anfield. Go with the +1 on the spread for Wednesday at 3:15 p.m. I expect Chelsea. They always have a tussle between them. They always go 1-1, 2-2 every year. Their last game was at Stamford Bridge in the beginning of the season, and we all saw what happened. One of the most exciting game of the year so far, where Chelsea drew them 2-2, and Cole Palmer, the man with the chill, with the frostbite. So let's see what happened on this Wednesday at 3:15 p.m. Liverpool have extra motivation now to win the league. It's Mohamed Salah's last year at Liverpool. It is their favorite coaches last year at Liverpool in their history. So they're going to have to. I expect Liverpool to win this game 55%. I'm giving Chelsea 45% chance to win it. It's at Anfield or +1 if Chelsea lose on the spread. And then let's give you some FA Cup tip before I jump to the other leagues before I close the show. For tomorrow, we have FA Cup in the morning, 7:30 a.m. Ipswich versus Middlestone United. I will not stick my nose in this one, even if I wanted to give my expert to try to look good, to get likes and extra likes. I cannot do you like that. I'll ignore this one. Everton versus Luton FC. This is where I come in here. Let me get my pen for you. I'm going to mark it down to circle it, but again, folks, there is no guarantee here because this is the FA Cup. I'm just going to mark it down. At 10 a.m. tomorrow, we have two Premier League teams battling it out in the FA Cup at 10 a.m. FA Cup special. One second here. Just make sure you take advantage to cash out, please, because I would like you guys to get paid. Now, I will give you a few pointers for this game. It will be at Goodison Park in Everton, and Luton is traveling there. I'm going to give you some record between the two teams, head to head. The last time Luton came to Goodison Park, they won the game 2-1, and that was on September 30th, 2023. The goal scorer was Locker and Morris, and Calvert-Lewin was the one who scored the consolation goal to save the embarrassment of losing 2-0 at Goodison Park. You're going to go with FC Luton. You see, when it comes to the championship, I like Bristol City as university clubs in the Premier League. Their same counterpart is FC Luton. You're gonna pick number 1 Luton. This game is at 10 a.m. Luton FC 10 a.m. at Goodison Park. At Merseyside, Liverpool, the Blues. You're gonna pick FC Luton +2, +1 on the spread here. There will not be any money line because let's face it, I don't expect them to beat Everton because they already beat them 2-1. Everton now will look at those videotape and see how they can defend themselves better against them. So 2-1, and I'm only gonna give them a 30% chance to beat Everton FC. Because why? Once a team loses to you, they know how to play against you now. So you're gonna do it like this. You go with Luton FC, heavy underdog, and 30% chance. 70% chance Everton is playing at home. It's the FA Cup. They will have to try to salvage that error that they made back in September 2023. Then we have a team that we have not heard for a long time. A team that used to be a powerful Premier League team. They used to remember a guy like Alan Smith, Mark Viduka, Mark Schwarzer, back in the old days from the old world. I'm talking about the late 90s, early 2000s, when Leeds United used to be the team to beat back in English football in the 80s. They are back on the primetime TV at 10 a.m. against Plymouth. And this one, I will leave it alone. I will not even make a prediction. I've never watched this team play over the last... I haven't seen Leeds United play since 2002. And that was when I was back in Carolinas. The last game I watched Leeds United play was against Leicester City way back in 2002. That is when Claudio Ranieri used to coach Chelsea. And Mario Melchiot used to play defender for Chelsea FC as captain when Claude Makelele and a young John Terry from West Ham United and a young Frank Lampard came to Chelsea when the guy, what's his name from the Netherlands? Guzman, when Adrian Mutu used to play for Chelsea. Hey, he's the one who was accused of doing this. And he got caught before he went to Fiorentina. That is when Hernan Crespo came from Parma to play for Chelsea FC. The good old days before the arrival of Didier Drogba. So you guys, if you expand the Premiership, I just wanted you to be aware that your team, if you like either Leeds or Plymouth, they'll be playing at 10 a.m. in the morning. And then we have Leicester City versus Birmingham FC. Leicester City used to be in the Premier League, as you all know, and right now they will be playing their fellow championship team. These two have their history head-to-head. The last time Leicester City beat them on December 18th last month in 2023, 3-2, and they beat them prior on August 26, 2020. All in favor of Leicester City on this one. I will go with Leicester City to win this game 2-1 or 1-0 in their own stadium when Birmingham visit them. So I will go with Leicester City because why? Jamie Vardy will be available. So Leicester City, this one is at 10 a.m. FA Cup special. Leicester City, 80% W to win the game, -1, just like this. You go with Leicester City at home because why? They have a knack of beating on Birmingham City, the old team of Jude Bellingham. And then we have Sheffield United versus Brighton Albion, a Premier League affair between two teams that like to play one another. 10 a.m. All these games are at 10 a.m. with the exception of the Newcastle game. Go with Brighton Albion when they travel to the Blades. I will put this game as my third game in the FA Cup. Remember, all these games are Saturday. I'm gonna put Saturday, 3, and you go with Brighton Albion as the underdog here, +1 or 60% chance to beat Sheffield United. W to win the game. We like us some Brighton FC. Albion all day. Seagulls all day. And I hope Sheffield, no disrespect, is just that you know that they are technically better than you and I have to go with them. Simple as is. Now, as for the game, the FA Cup match of Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in the West Coast, check your time zone. And if you're in the UK, check your time zone. If you're in Eastern Europe or West Europe, check your time zone. If you're in Africa, check your time zone. If you are in Asia, check your time zone. If you are in East Asia, check your time zone. If you are in, let's say, in India, Pakistan, check your time zone. And China, Japan, Malaysia, Indonesia, check your time zone. I don't live there. I don't know the time zone there in these areas. You're going to have to check your time zone. My job is to present for my location, which is the East Coast Atlantic time. So at 2 p.m. Standard Time, Newcastle will be traveling to Fulham FC. FA Cup. Get this. This is not the Premier League. This is the FA Cup. Now, let's look at some head-to-head between Fulham and Newcastle United. Last time they met, Newcastle beat them 3-0. And that was in December 16, 2023. And then on January 15, 2023, Newcastle beat them 1-0. A goal from Alexander Isak, who will be available for Newcastle United. Since this is the FA Cup, you know what? We're going to flip the narrative here. I will not go with Newcastle United, even though they have the strongest team. That don't faze me to make bold prediction. I will go with Fulham. I know it sounds crazy. This is the FA Cup. I repeat, if you was the Premier League, I would go with Newcastle United. Don't let the game fool you. I will pick, yes, I'm going to be bold, and if I lose, I'll be presenting it. I don't mind losing, and I don't mind putting it on the podcast when I do my thing here. I will put Fulham FC as my underdog. Please don't embarrass me. Fulham FC tomorrow at Craven Cottage. FA Cup battle at 2 p.m. +2. And to be bold, I'll just leave it like that. If Newcastle beat them, they're going to have to beat them 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-2. +2, and I'm 100% convinced that Fulham can do it. And I'm also convinced that at 45%, I'm being bold with this prediction here. 45% chance Fulham, because this is the FA Cup. Fulham wins. There. I think Fulham have 45% chance to beat the mighty, powerful Newcastle United. Yes, it look impossible. It's not that difficult to look at and analyze what they call the oldest competition in football. As for the other leagues, let me just finish the FA Cup for you before I get to the other leagues. On Sunday, we have Liverpool versus Norwich in the FA Cup. Bad timing. With the announcement Liverpool made this morning, you will be punished at Anfield. And I'm expecting 2-0, 3-0 Liverpool. It might be a 4-0 bloodbath because the last time Arsenal played them in the Premier League, we did 5-0. But we had a better team. We had Ozil, Lacazette, Aubameyang, Tierney. But this time, Liverpool, they're motivated, they're focused, because now they owe their managers and Mohamed Salah trophies before they leave their club in May. So Liverpool, my fifth game in the FA Cup, I'm expecting the Coppers to romp Norwich City -2, -3, and even a -4. I'm sorry, it's Liverpool. They're going to be extra motivated. If you want to go with the money line, 100% guarantee win for Liverpool on Sunday morning. And this game is at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. And then we have the cigarette smokers, Newport FC, who will be hosting Manchester United, the new, revamped, reorganized Manchester United will be traveling to Newport. Folks, do not go with Spurs on this one. Just pick United to win the game with a boring -1. You're supposed to beat Newport. Liverpool versus Norwich City will be the only one I make a prediction for. And that's all I have when it comes to my FA Cup report. Now, as for the other leagues, before I close, I will pick some predictions for you from La Ligue 1 in France. We have at 3 p.m. on Saturday, Olympique Marseille playing a rivalry game versus AS Monaco. Florian Balogun, who have not been performing to what we expected him to when he left Arsenal permanently to go to Monaco. But you go into Le 9-5 in Marseille to face Aubameyang. Their team is injury plagued, and Ismail Sarr, the ex-Watford player, will not be available for Marseille. I expect them to struggle because the last time Monaco went there, Monaco beat them 1-0 in the last 2 matches at the Vélodrome. I'm looking for Monaco to win this game at 80%, to draw Marseille at 20%. I repeat, they are injury plagued, and from what I'm hearing, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is 60-70% to play this game. He took a knock, and I don't think he'll be available. And for that, I have to go with Monaco +2, +1. You will do it just like this. Go with Monaco +2, +1, 80% chance to win the game. As for the Liverpool game, don't forget -2, -2, -3, -4 in the FA Cup, or 100% solid. Liverpool will do right by you football fans. As for the Ligue 1, we're going to remain in the Ligue 1 on Sunday at 2:45 p.m. We have Monsieur Kylian Mbappé. Le Paris Saint-Germain will be hosting Brest, and Brest will be stroke proper. Pause. Yeah. Let's get back to the football now. In the last 2 matches, Paris beat them 1-0, 2-0. I'm expecting Paris to win this game at 90%. You know my motto, 70 to 90% victory. I expect Le Paris Saint-Germain, top 17 best club in the world right now as we speak, to win the game -2. That means scoreline 2-0, 2-0, or 3-1. Again, 2-0 or 3-1 Paris Saint-Germain. You do it like this. À la Parisienne, I expect Paris, the city of light, to stroke Brest proper. And moving on to Die Bundesliga, aka the German league, the big bowl, the gold and silver platter, where Bayern Munich, last weekend you embarrassed yourself, losing 1-0 at Werder Bremen in your own stadium in Bavaria. I demand a response from Bayern Munich. I demand a response from Leroy Sané, Jamal Musiala, Harry Kane. I demand a response from Kingsley Coleman, Joshua Kimmich, even though your player now is rumored to be sold to either Liverpool, Barcelona, and other clubs in Europe. Let's focus on the football because you still got your midfield when you come to guys like Leon Goretzka. I expect you guys to win tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. This Saturday, when you travel to Augsburg, I expect you guys to win this game. Bayern Munich -2, -1, 100% W. I guarantee it because they have to play catch up with Granit Xhaka's team. Sorry, folks, who are running away with the title right now with a lead of 4 to 5 points. If Bayern Munich draw or lose this game, you lose the Bundesliga. I repeat, if you draw against Augsburg, if you lose against Augsburg, Granit Xhaka will be crowned champion ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. Well, again, so you're gonna have to put the bet like this at 9:30 a.m. Bayern Munich, I expect you to win and beat Augsburg -1, -2, 100% W. And then at 12:30 on Saturday p.m. in the afternoon, Granit Xhaka and the gang will be hosting his old football club before he came to Arsenal, where he captained them at the youth. before he was purchased 8 years ago by the great Le Professeur, my favorite Arsenal coach of all time, if not one of my favorite managers in football, Arsene Wenger, the one who rebranded the Arsenal Football Club, the mini Real Madrid. Leverkusen, since you are the title chaser, you are the leader in Germany, I expect you to win this game -2, -1, 100% W, even though Monsieur Boniface, the Nigerian sensation, who's not there right now, he's on tour in the African Cup of Nations. I expect you to win this game 100% because why? You are top of the league, and being a leader and the head of Bayern Munich is a tough task to do, and to hold it for this long. Pause. Respect to troops, but respect to the originator of that connotation, Mr. Cameron from Dipset. All day respect. And I expect them to win -1, -2. Clean game for Bayer Leverkusen since they're traveling to Bayer Arena. If the game was at Borussia Mönchengladbach, I would pick Gladbach +2 or +1. You can still do it if you want to go with Gladbach, but +2, +1. We're almost there, folks. And then in Spain, I'm going to give you guys 2 games. For Saturday in La Liga at 10:15 a.m., we have Las Palmas hosting my girlfriend, the great El Fenomeno, the greatest football club on the planet, Real Madrid. Oh yes, they will be traveling to Las Palmas, and the last time Madrid went there, let me look at the record. Madrid have beaten this team on their own ground. I just want to make sure the stat is correct for you guys. At 10:15 a.m. head to head, last time Madrid came there, they beat them 3-0, and that was back in March 2018. Real Madrid went there on March 31st. It's been a while, about 6 years ago. But with this new Real Madrid, everybody is healthy. Vinicius is healthy. Rodrigo is playing sensational football, and Camavinga, when it comes to Real Madrid, in that order, I'm going to give you my favorite players. Number 1, of course, Camavinga. Number 2, the sensational Jude Bellingham. You know how this kid does. He delivers every time. Number 3, Rodrigo. Number 4, I have to go with Luka Modric, the ex-Tottenham player, the maestro. Number 5, I have to go with Brahim Diaz. Number 6, Toni Kroos. And the magical number 7, I have to give it to the sensation, Joselu. At your age, yes, people they mock you, but guess what, folks? On his best day, he can save you 3 points. And I'm calling Joselu out. Brahim Diaz, respect to you. I don't have to call you out. You always show up and do the business for us. Jude Bellingham, when it comes to everybody show up to do their thing. When it comes to Vinicius Jr., I expect you to show up and do your business. You are a superstar, even though there is a rumor that we're going to sell you to Manchester United next season. If this is your last season and beat at Madrid, make me happy. Come on now, guys. Last year, you disappointed us against Manchester City, even though you scored a goal to keep us in the competition, but I need more this year. If Arsenal's not going to give me a trophy, I have to rely on my girlfriend to do it. Good. The great sensational Real Madrid. So I'm expecting Madrid to win this game -1, -2, because now we're playing tight football, pause, and we have to make sure that we avoid embarrassing ourselves. VAR saved us last weekend against Almeria, and I'm expecting this game to be a tight one here. So, scoreline, 2-1, 3-2. Real Madrid, -1 to win the game. Must win, because if you don't, you will be toppled by Barcelona. We are second right now, 51 to 52 points behind Girona. And Barcelona is behind us at 44 points, which is 7, but I don't want them to catch up, because they have 2 games or 1 game at hand. Madrid, you have to win this game 2-1, 3-2 by all means necessary. Let's not rely on VAR. Now, as for Saturday, we have Barcelona versus Villarreal, the enemy, at 12:30. +2, +1 Villarreal. Barcelona 70% chance to win. Folks, go like this. Follow my finger here. I expect you guys to pick Villarreal +2 +1. Barcelona to beat them at 70% because they're traveling to El Madrigal. That's what they used to call the stadium for the Yellow Submarine. And I expect them to be a heavy underdog +2 +1. If Barcelona beat them, of course you have the superior team is at 70%. Before we close the show here, I believe let's look at the Il Calcio de Serie A before I close the show. Saturday at 12 p.m. we have Juventus versus Empoli. Dusan Vlahovic, the Serbian sniper, the best striker from Serbia since Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the Don who naturalized to Sweden. But Dusan Vlahovic, there is no way Arsenal Football Club will be able to sign a player like you. Because why? You are a special striker, and Juventus chose the right player at number 9 back when they signed you from Fiorentina to replace Cristiano Ronaldo when he left. It was the wisest decision. It took time for you to adapt to their philosophy, but now you have finally arrived at Juventus, and my man, they can keep you for the next 5 years. You have made Torino proud, and I'm expecting you to deliver for Juventus. 100% win against Empoli. They're playing at the New Delle Alpi in Torino, Italia, and I expect them to win the game 2-1, 1-0, 3-2. Again, 2-1, 1-0, 3-2 Juventus, because what they have to stay on top of the table. While right now they're the leaders in Italia, and they have to stay on top of the league ahead of Inter Milan and AC Milan. So you're gonna have to go with them on the money line, 100% guarantee. I expect a 1-0, 2-1, or a 3-2 Juventus for La Signora Vecchia, the old lady. And then we have Lazio di Roma, who will be the underdog versus Napoli. Don't forget that we were beaten in the final of the Coppa Italia by Inter Milan. One of my favorite strikers now, who I want Arsenal to sign, Lautaro El Toro Martinez. When you play a guy like that, I expect greatness from him. It's not a shame. We won the Scudetto last season, and against Lazio, there is the chance to redeem yourself in the Eternal City when you travel on Sunday. Juventus play on Saturday, folks, at 12 p.m. Sunday will be Lazio versus Roma at 12 p.m. And Lazio will be the heavy underdog because why? We are shell-shocked after we were beaten in the finals of the Coppa Italia. They will look to capitalize on our frailty while we're mourning and licking our wounds, and they will try to take advantage. This is what a predator do in a league like Il Calcio or the Premier League. So you're gonna go with Lazio. I'm not gonna go with Napoli. I'm gonna go with Lazio +2, +1 to try to choke us. Again, let me put this down. +2, +1 in favor of Lazio di Roma, because we're traveling to their stadium. With Matteo Guendouzi, the ex-Arsenal player, being there. With guys like that, they're going to give us a hard time. But 60% chance. I expect Napoli to recover and redeem ourselves with a victory. Napoli, Napoli, Napoli. You're gonna go to Lazio and get me a victory. Napoli, get me a victory here. I want nothing but a win. I don't want no excuses. You went there last year to win in the Il Calcio. You just lost a title to Inter Milan. You embarrassed us the other day. I expect you to recover and get me a victory here. Anything shorter will not be accepted, like Mr. Za. Let's continue. Now, for the last one before I close the show, we have the title chasing team AC Milan at 45 points, chasing Inter Milan at 51 points, chasing Juventus at 52 points, the leader of the league. Now, I don't have to give you any reason why you should pick AC Milan at 2:45 on Saturday when they play at home at the San Siro, where they will be hosting this Saturday, Bologna. Just like a sandwich, they will slice him up like bologna, put him between a panini and eat him up like pun. Let's not finish the rest. I expect AC Milan to win this 1-2-0. They're in third place. -1, -2, -3, all in favor of AC Milan. Scoreline 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, or 3-0. I expect these three players to perform. These three players, you must perform. You got to perform for them to win the game. You got no choice. I want a victory. That's all I want. I don't want nothing more. I want you guys to beat Bologna for me. I'm expecting a big game from Olivier Giroud. I'm expecting a big game from Captain America, Christian Pulisic, the man full of tricks. I'm expecting a big game from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Don't embarrass me, damn it. I expect nothing but a win from you guys. And the ex-Arsenal sensational striker at 37 years old, he still got the stuff. Arsenal, you made a big mistake by letting them go. And that man is Giro. I expect a goal from you. And I'm expecting a big game from Theo Hernandez. So folks, pick AC Milan to win this game. And that's all I have for my presentation. Again, Tottenham fans, I dedicate this special underground football show presentation to you. This was for marking me in December. Revenge is a dish served cold. I am not Chef Boyardee, but today is time to enjoy your cold ravioli. And on this note, I am out this piece, and I will see you guys next week. Expression, what's going on, buddy? It's a pig, and it's oozing past. And we out. Hello. Sayonara. Nice to be here. Ooh, attention, Tottenham. Tottenham got punished. They got punished. Tottenham got punished. Ooh, you got punished by the Punisher. Oh. Tottenham. Manchester City's never scared. 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 Expression. We done. Sign now, guys. Woo.